How do you survive the holidays with your sanity intact? That is today's viewer question. It's Dr. Mary, and it's December. You know what that means, right? A lot of holiday parties, decorations. For many people, the pressure is on, and it's going to be a very stressful season. So, I have a few things I've learned over the years that I want to share with you to try to help you get through the holiday season, not just with your sanity intact, but maybe actually enjoy it, because that's really what it's supposed to be about anyway, right? It's supposed to be a time of family and fun and friends, not stress and chaos and perfect Christmas trees and decorations and cookies and last-minute gift finding and wrapping. But I think over the years, for many of us, that's what it's turned into. So, the word that I want to really encourage you to take on as your word of the month: support. I'm actually adding a morning question to my daily reflection ritual for the entire month of December, and that is, what do I need help and support with today? What do I need help and support with today? Allow the answer to bubble up, and then give yourself permission to go get the help you need. Another way you could think about that question is, what would make me feel supported today? And again, give yourself permission to ask for what you need. That's really number one in my holiday survival guide. Ask for help and support. Ask for what you need. You cannot give from an empty cup. I'm going to give you an example. So about 5 years ago, I was working with a woman who had Crohn's disease, and she was in her 60s, and she was mom and grandma, and for decades she had been the one to throw Christmas. Everybody came to her house. It was her thing. She had only recently, within the previous year, been diagnosed with Crohn's. And as her coach and psychologist, I was like, okay, what are you going to do differently so you don't flare your Crohn's? And we went back and forth about this. And I kept telling her, ask for help. Tell your loved ones. You can't even eat half the foods that you usually make because it's going to flare your Crohn's. The stress is going to flare your Crohn's. She didn't take my advice. She ended up in the hospital the night before Christmas. Her Crohn's was flared so bad because she was trying to make it the perfect Christmas for her family. Even though she couldn't eat half the foods, she wouldn't be able to enjoy it. She ended up in the hospital for 3 days. I don't want that to be you. Maybe you don't have Crohn's. Maybe it's just you get really stressed. But here's the deal. The holidays are supposed to be a season of giving, gratitude, love, and that includes giving to yourself, loving yourself, being grateful for friends and family and for the help that they can provide. I talked to her family while she was in the hospital, and with her permission, I explained to them what had happened, and they were just shocked, awe, upset, felt guilty. They couldn't believe that she hadn't told them what was really going on, and they felt so bad, and they're like, we don't even care about the tree and the trimmings and the cookies. Like, we love coming here because the whole family gets together. We could do that at somebody else's house. We could do that without the holiday lights. And I mean, they were just, so when she finally got out of the hospital, her family was there for her to help and support her and just shower her with love and attention and affection. But it didn't have to be that way, right? Ask for help. Get the support you need. So that's holiday survival tip number one. Number two, go the minimalist approach. If you're the type who just loves to go all out for the holidays and you love doing it and it nourishes your soul, go for it. But if you're the type that feels like you have to go all out for the holidays with the yard decor and the lights and the tree and the trimmings and the perfect gifts and the perfect cookies and the perfect blah, 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 and it's driving you insane, stop. Minimalist approach. Ask yourself, what's really important to me? So for my client, what was really important to her and for her family was just being together. That's what mattered. It wasn't the tree and the decor and that, that, like, they were like, her family said, yeah, that stuff's nice, but it's like we come in, we notice it, we're like, oh, that's really cool. 5 seconds later, we've already forgotten about it. Don't waste your time on things that aren't important. So go for the minimalist approach, which leads to number 3, prioritize. You need to get clear on what's most important for you. The rest, let it go away. You don't have to have a Martha Stewart-worthy tree or house or decor or Christmas table or whatever. You don't really, I promise. Most people, what they really want and love about the holiday season is time together. It's the family time. It's not all the stuff that comes with it. So really check in with you, not with your family, with you. What do you want most this holiday season? That needs to be your priority. I know your inner mean girl is going to come up. You're going to let people down. What if you don't do this? You've always done this. Blah, 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 blah. Stop. If you're really worried, talk to them about it. Like my client finally came clean with her family after her 3 days in the hospital. Talk to them about it. I just don't really have the time and energy to do like the full Christmas array. Can we potluck it? Can we have it at somebody else's house? Can we do something differently to take some of the pressure off me? Can you cook the turkey? And I'll do the potatoes or whatever. Again, kind of intermingling. Ask for help. Get the support you need. Prioritize. And then really go for the minimalist approach. Bare minimum of what you really need that's important to you. So, that is my holiday survival guide. The biggie is just you've got to ask for support. Get the help you need. Check in with yourself on a daily basis. Do not let self-care go by the wayside, because we do, right? Like we get busy and we're like, oh, I have to do this and this and this and this today, and I was going to meditate or I was going to do a yoga class, but I don't have time to do that, so that goes out the window. No. When things get chaotic and stressful, you need more self-care, not less. That may seem counterintuitive because in your mind you're thinking to yourself, that's a waste of time when I could be doing this hour doing something else. Yes, but don't serve from an empty cup. You can't serve from your reserves. Keep your cup full. Daily self-care so that you can enjoy the holiday season. And when you give, it's because you want to give, not because you feel pressured or obligated. I promise you, really, nobody's going to care. And if they do, yeah, they'll live, right? So a few years ago, I started doing the potluck approach for Thanksgiving and Christmas. You know what? Nobody cared. They were glad to share their favorite holiday treat with friends and family, rather than having me do it all, right? Or you do it all. Ask yourself what you need. Make sure you get it. Keyword, support. You are so worth your love, your support, your care this holiday season. Much love.